Hi there. As you all know, the recent fire devastation impacted Maui's economy heavily, and so my friends and I flew to Maui just for the day to help support local businesses and also explore on the east side of Maui. If you would like to help or donate toward the Maui fire victims, I will provide a list in the description below. No words can express this devastation, and my heart and prayers go out to the affected people. Right from the get-go, the airport and rental car location was a ghost town. We took the second flight out, and so we planned to have breakfast in Kahului. We decided to eat at Tante's, which was only about a 5-minute drive from the airport. Their menu has quite a lot of options to choose from. This place serves the usual American breakfast, and they also have some Filipino dishes as well. The gang ordered French toast, an omelette, Benedict's, and for me I had longanisa. I wished I didn't have my eggs soft boiled because by the time I finished peeling off the eggshells, Eric already finished his plate. The boiled eggs were hot, so it took me forever before I could eat. But either way, we all had a good meal as it fueled us for our hike of the day, Pipiwai Trail. The trail is a 2-hour drive from Kahului and is located right below the town of Hana. We drove down the middle of Maui and headed east, eventually just driving on Pukalani Highway. Parts of this highway have some rough road conditions, which we made sure to get a high-clearance SUV. This scenic and windy drive led us to views of Kaho'olawe Island and wildlife crossing the road. Oftentimes, you'd see the long road ahead of you, but the coastline and even mountain views made the ride worth it. The road will become narrower, so do be prepared to share the road. The saddle you see in the mountain is Kapo's Gap, and this is where you would end if you hiked down Kapo's Gap from the top of Haleakala. We actually backpacked Haleakala earlier this year. Feel free to check it out. But hopefully one day we'll traverse this route. Here, this is where the road turned into a dirt gravel path. So we just arrived at the visitor center for Kipahulu area of Haleakala National Park. So we just arrived at the parking lot. It is very empty. It is sad to see how not much tourists are here. But today's agenda is hiking Pipiwai Trail and Kuloa Point. So first stop is Kuloa Trail. It's a loop. It's half a mile long. So it should have us see Ohio Gulch, which has the sacred pools. So hopefully there's some water in it. We're having a nice nature walk, and Bernice here is giving a native plant guide tour. She let me know what coal was and kukui nut. Fake news. This is coal.
Oh, it's a flower too.
There was something about this short loop trail that made me admire it so greatly. You can clearly see how this ahupua'a or land division has the natural resources for the Hawaiian people to survive back then. From the flowing fresh waters to the plants that you can eat and have medicinal use for it, and also for the Hawaiians being able to make shelter or canoes. We were blessed to watch native seabirds in this area as if they were guardians of this special place. These Eva birds were just gliding effortlessly with the wind. This tall one.
Yeah, the tall one.
Alright, so we just finished the half-mile loop. Now we're actually doing the Pipiwai trail. It's about 2 miles in. You do start with a bit of elevation. Not too bad, it's just some steps. The first landmark is to Makahiku Falls, which is at the half-mile point. We just reached out our first landmark, which is at Makahiku Falls. It's a 200-foot waterfall, and it's at the half-mile mark in. Coming this way, there's a lot of stairs. It is an up climb, but it's not really difficult. But if you're not in shape, it can be a workout. So. I think the next landmark is going to be the banyan tree. So at least we have things to look forward to as we slowly make our way to the falls. A little under 5 minutes, we reach the banyan tree. Really quick. I hear the roaring of the stream, and we're coming across a bridge. After the two bridge, there's a little climb, and then you enter kind of like a flat section of bamboo grove. It's very relaxing, it's shaded. I love hearing the sound of the sticks kind of just clashing together with the rush of the leaves. Very peaceful. This trail is wonderful because it has a little bit of everything. You're kind of by the coastline, then you're in a gulch, a bunch of waterfalls, there's bridges, there's steps, there's a boardwalk, bamboo, and then a waterfall at the end. Oh yeah, right there! See it, guys? Coming across a super cute tiny bridge, and hopefully we're right there. Towards the end, you do come across all ginger around you. You can smell it too.
At last, Waimoku Falls. This 400 feet tall waterfall is rain-fed, and it's just amazing to see the works of the East Maui watershed. Each visit to this falls can look different. In fact, my last time here had a bit more flow. We then made our way back, and at the Makahiku Falls lookout, we came across Koa'ekea native birds flying above the falls. Compared to the Eva, these birds were like rockets. They would just dart through the sky, whereas the Eva were just slow gliders. Once we made it back to our car, we changed and drove back out the same route we came in. Haleakala Mountain took the spotlight during the drive. I found us a place to eat, but was disappointed because their grill closed at 3 and we were just 5 minutes past. But an hour and a half later from Kipahulu, we found a local eatery in Pukalani town. The plan was actually to eat at Mixed Plate, but they were closed even though Yelp said they were open. So we went next door, which was this cool lunch plate place, Kalei's Lunchbox. This turned out to be a pleasant surprise for a post-hike meal. The food was yummy and the prices and portion was reasonable. Their food definitely hit the spot after the hike and the long drive. This was our last spot before heading to the airport. We returned to the Barron Airport, and that ended our day in Maui. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you on the next one. Aloha!